Hello, so in this video we're going to take a look at something I mentioned in a previous video about how learner drivers often move off too slowly. I'm going to do this in more detail now and show you some examples of how it can be dangerous if you move off too slowly. Now again, as I've said before, we're not saying race down the road, revving to the limit, breaking speed limits. It's not what we're saying. What we're saying is be positive. Don't be a negative driver. I'm going to show you now what a negative driver looks like, and this is what many learners do. They move off using just a clutch like this. And they wait. And they wait. And you've got cars flying up behind you. And they wait. And they wait. And then the instructor's saying, go, 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 gas, gas, gas. And then they go like this. Right. I'm not being funny towards learners. I know you're learning, I understand. I've taught over 1,000 people to drive. But a good instructor will push you. A bad instructor will be a unicorn stroker saying, it's okay, you're okay, everything's okay, take your time. No, that is not good tuition. People don't come to you to have the unicorn stroked. People want action. People want to know how to drive. How do I drive properly? Like this. So I check around, I signal there's some cars ahead, move off, gas, clutch, go, gas, second, gas, third. I'm now matching, I'm already doing 30. I've matched the speed of the traffic on the road, and I'm not going to annoy people behind me. Was I racing away? No. Did I break the speed limit? No. Did I break any rules? No. Did I break any laws? No. Would I pass my driving test for doing that? Yes. It's just being a positive driver. We're not saying go wheel spinning down the road, okay? Being positive is not being reckless. I'm going to do one now. I'm going to wait till no one's around. And even this isn't bad, but this is not going to look as good. It's going to be a little bit reckless. I'm not going to break any limits. But this is what you don't want to do. So I'll move off in a moment. And you don't want to go like this, kind of. Second, yeah. That's been too fast. That's flying away. No point in doing that. I still didn't go over the limit. The car didn't beep. I only got to 30, but I was revving and racing. We're not saying do that. Because I know when I say this, some people misunderstand it and say, well, hold on, you can't be teaching learners to drive fast. We're not saying drive fast. We're saying drive at an appropriate speed. Drive positively. That's what examiners want to see, because people always say, you know, what about that on my test, I always say forget the test. The test is irrelevant. I don't focus on the test. I'd rather teach someone to drive and have them fail 10 tests in a row but be a great driver than have someone pass a test and be a terrible driver and end up hurt in an accident or a crash, as we're supposed to call them now. So I want to take this second road on the left. So this is doing the limit, doing 30. The car behind wants to go faster. Well, that's tough. I'm doing the speed limit. Breaking the limit is not being positive. That's being reckless. So I check my mirrors. I'm going to signal left about. Now I'm braking a little bit to maintain the speed down. So I'm braking throughout the gear change second, braking, pedals off smoothly, and off I go. And there you go. So that was a nice smooth gear change. I've already done another video on that. One thing I didn't mention in that video is another way of getting smooth gear changes is you can lift your clutch more slowly. But that isn't the best way of doing it, because that means you kind of, well, I'll explain that in a moment. I'll get around the bend. I'll wait till I can see. When I made the video about gear changes, which I made just about 20 minutes ago, if you come down the gears too early, like this, another way you can get around is to lift your clutch slow, 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 slow. But that isn't really fixing the problem. That's just bodging it up. You know, say I got a slight jump anyway, and a big jump from the pothole. But yeah, so if people have been asking, because I made these videos in batches, I don't know if people have been asking this, but I'm supposing some people might have been saying, why didn't you just lift the clutch more slowly to change gear more smoothly? Because that doesn't really fix the problem. It's saying lift the clutch slow, slow, slow. No, that's not how you do it. That's not positive driving. That's bodging the problem up because you don't know how to fix it properly. To get a smooth gear change, you get the speed down more, then you lift the clutch up and you can lift it quicker. So that's positive driving. Let's go again. Let's check around. There's a learner from ahead. I'll signal and I'll move off. And I'm going to go. gas, go. Second, go. I'm not racing around. Third, go. Good, positive driving. And I'll pull up again here. Now bear in mind, I do teach people for advanced tests as well. I teach people for something called an ADI 2, which is the test driving instructors take, which is similar to the one driving test examiners take. They all have the slight differences. But one of the main reasons people fail in their advanced driving test is they don't drive in a positive way. People have this thing about drive slow, keep your hands on the wheel, drive slow, keep it slow. The examiners are not impressed by slow. They're sitting there thinking, why are they driving so slowly? Safe driving is not about driving slowly. It's about driving positively and driving to the limit when it's safe to do so. The limit's there for a reason. You don't go over 30 on this road, but you can go up to 30 quite safely. That brings me on to another point nicely now. Just wonder why his car's flashing. He's flashing the bus behind. What I was going to say now, about when you teach people to become driving instructors and you teach them to drive in a positive way, I believe that everyone should be taught to an advanced level. I think it's silly that we have this L test, then an advanced test. So it's like you can be okay if you pass the L test and then you learn how to be better when you're advanced. I've always taught all of my pupils over the last 20 years, I've taught over 1,000 people to the advanced level. My pupils will have a good chance of passing an advanced driving test, more so than this biker would. Yeah, I don't plan these things, it just happens by coincidence. Yeah, he's doing about 40 odd down the 30 zone. That's not being positive, that's just being reckless, right? It's being dangerous. I've taught everyone I've ever taught to drive to an advanced level. I don't believe in this, teach them to an L test standard, then teach them to an advanced standard. No, I teach people to an advanced standard to begin with. Without going too much off topic, when I trained to become a hypnotist, they taught you how to do it. They said, oh, by the way, that's wrong, that's the old-fashioned way, this is how we do it now. So why didn't you just teach me that in the first place? Because they probably wanted to sell me another course, that's why. That's what it comes down to. They teach you one way, and oh, by the way, that's not the best way. If you want to find the best way, pay another £2,000, go on another course. No, I've taught people the advanced way from the beginning. So I'll teach people to go and be positive, and get second and be positive, and then get third and be positive. And that wasn't why that person closed the door. I didn't scare them by moving off, they were just looking at where they were. End of the road left. Let's do the same again. So I'm going to be positive, I'm going to approach the junction in a positive way. Mirrors, signal, brake, clutch, doesn't matter about the coasting for now, steering, then gear, steer, then gear, gas, clutch, look, go, pick up, rev, get the noise. That engine noise is what puts people off. A lot of learners are like, oh no, I don't want to hear the engine. I've heard that all the time from learners, they don't want to hear the engine. To which I always answer, well, if you don't want to hear the engine, turn it off, get out of the car and start on the bus. I'm not being rude, I know some people say, oh, you're rude. I'm being honest, I'm being upfront. I'm not going to lie to you, I'm not going to stroke your unicorn, right? If you want to have rubbish, go somewhere else. If you want to learn to drive properly and safely with one of the most experienced instructors there is, me, then that's what you get. So I want to go second road on the left. Same again. I spend all my life around this road, so I know where I am. So I'm braking, I get the speed right down low, no one's too close behind me this time. So down to about 10-12 miles an hour, pedals off, round you go. It's fine. So that's just a quick lesson on positive driving. Be positive. Same as anything in life. Why would you want to be negative? These people online who are negative, don't like that, don't like that, dislike that, don't like that. They just dislike everything. They get up in the morning, in a house they hate, go to a job they hate, wearing clothes they hate, with people they hate, for a wage they hate, in a life they hate. If you want to spend your life full of negativity and hate, that's up to you. I prefer to be positive with my driving, with my life, with everything. So it's up to you. You want to be negative or positive, it's your choice. I'd just rather be positive, thanks. So check out these other videos on the screen now. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'll see you again soon for more videos.